Welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans, guys. I see y'all are already in the room waiting. I had no idea. Man, I guess this new software, y'all be in here already, man. Shout out, I'm just pulling up one more system real quick so that I can see exactly what I'm talking about. We are about to go over the 53-man roster prediction. My prediction, what I think is actually going to happen when it's all said and done. But we're about to find out, guys. Y'all hit that like button on your way in the room, by the way. Let's see. One moment. Y'all let me know in the comment section if you can hear and see me very well. Please let me know in the comment section. I think we should be good. No notification. Wow. I got my wide receiver predictions. Well, we're about to find out, man. Hey, let's see if we're all on the same page or not. We are about to find out. Let's see. Y'all forgive me, man. I got a little kink in my neck today, man. A little kink in my neck, man. And my back is hurting me pretty bad, man. Yeah, you're fine. I appreciate you, Roadrunner, for letting me know. You're good, TD. Awesome. No notification. Gosh, what are they doing to me today, boy? They attacking me today. You good, TD. Didn't get a notification. Resign Tunsil. Go Gators been speaking that all day, man. All day. But all right, guys, without further ado, we will hop straight in, regardless of the no notifications. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you so much for not giving notifications. But whatever, man. Outside of that, I believe we have 7 people in the Money Fantasy League that are sitting their money. I will send y'all links today. So we have about 5 more spots. So it's on you guys. If you still want to do the Money League for $25, make sure that you follow the PayPal in the email as well. Email me, and then I'll tell you the PayPal, and then you'll be able to send it. So only 5 spots left. Honestly, we already sent out an invite for several people. It's just they probably haven't checked their email, just like the free league. And then they contacted me late saying, why am I not in the free league? Because you never checked your email. All right, so without further ado, here we go. So first and foremost, guys, we're going to go over the 53-man roster, what I actually predict to be our 53-man roster when it's all said and done. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let you all know off the bat, here's my breakdown. Now, I only have one or on the whole roster. I only have one or meaning this or that on the roster. And that's between the running backs and the quarterbacks, okay? And the reason why is because initially I had 2 quarterbacks on the roster, but I put 2 or 3 depending on if we go with 4 or 5 running backs. And I know that may seem excessive, but we shall see when the depth chart comes out. I just hot the like. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. So we shall see how spot on. So here's what I got. 2 or 3 quarterbacks, 4 or 5 running backs, 1 fullback, 6 wide receivers, 3 tight ends, 9 offensive linemen, 4 defensive ends, 4 defensive tackles, 6 linebackers, 5 cornerbacks, 5 safeties, and 3 special teams. That is giving us a total of a 53-man roster, guys. All right? 53-man roster. I have them listed out here on my phone. 1 second. All right. And the crazy thing about our roster, when you look at everybody's predictions so far, what the 53 is, it's pretty close for a lot of people. It's just I know that mine has maybe like 2 little small differences, but it's always at the end of the roster. Receiver being a tricky one, and the cornerback situation being a tricky one as well. All right. But here we go. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Right now at the quarterback position. All right. Step forward if I call your name, ladies and gentlemen. Quarterback position. We have the starter as Ryan Fitzpatrick. The reserve is Josh Rosen, and there's no secret. There is a chance that we do run 3 quarterbacks and Jake Rutter, because if you ask me if we're consistent to what Flores has been preaching, why hasn't he earned it? Tell me, why hasn't this man actually earned it? At this point, he's done a great job. I mean, put the man on the roster. But will it happen? Not sure. But right now, I have three quarterbacks, as all three of them are on the roster. But he's done everything they've asked. He's played very well, and he's come on. So that's where I stand in that regard. All right. Running backs, halfbacks. I have Kalen Balaj, Kenyon Drake, Mark Walton, and Patrick Laird. Okay. Now, if we run two quarterbacks, that's whenever I have Myles Gaskins making the team. If we run two quarterbacks. Now, all these projections are as if we make no trades, but that could change at any moment, all right? All of these is as if we make no trades, all right? Here we go. Fullback, Chandler Cox, no question about it. Wide receivers, guys, here we go. Wide receivers. I have Kenny Stills, Devontae Parker, Albert Wilson, Jakeem Grant, Preston Williams. Oh, boy. I went ahead with Isaiah Ford over Bryce Butler, but it can go either way. But I did select Isaiah Ford this year over Bryce Butler, but it could go either way. I mean, my better judgment tells me Bryce Butler, but it's something about the youth movement as well that I got to give a little surplus to. So I went with Isaiah Ford on the roster, okay? So those are the 6 wide receivers that I went with on the roster. Here we go. Tight end position. Mike Gesicki, Durham Smith, and Nick O'Leary. That's it. That's what I have at the tight end position at this time, guys. And I don't think that they're going to retain Dwayne Allen. I thought he was Flores' guy, but it certainly hasn't worked out during the offseason, especially with the injury and everything. So that's where I am on that, all right? Now, moving along, offensive lineman, Laramie Tunsil, Michael Dieter, Daniel Kilgore, Shaq Calhoun, Jesse Davis, your typical starters right now. But we also are going to add Chris Reed, Isaiah Prince, Cal Fuller, and I was going to stop right there, but I went ahead and added Zach Sterup as well because I think that's where they're going to have the surplus on the roster, because that's the most volatile position right now. So you want as many as possible in the event that you have to make a change. So I figured that they would add Zach Sterup to the roster as well. All right. Defensive ends. Tank Carradine and Charles Harris, we already know, but also Nate Orchard and Jonathan Ledbetter. I added Jonathan Ledbetter on there because I think that we're going to go 4 deep on the defensive ends no matter what. And that's the guy that I have, all right? All right. What is going on? All right, here we go. Defensive tackles. Same as I've always been preaching, guys. Christian Wilkins, Vincent Taylor, Devon Godchild, and Adolphus Washington. Those are your 4 defensive tackles that will be making this roster this year. All right? Nothing much there. Keep moving it along. Linebackers. Linebackers that are going to make this roster. All right? Jerome Baker, Sam Egwavon, Raekwon McMillan. I say that barring any trade, Kiko Alonso will make the final cut for good, solid depth. But he is on the board to possibly be cut, but I think he's going to edge out and make this roster. Also, Andrew Van Ginkel will make the roster. And that's all I had because I wanted to put Trey Watson in there, but I went with Terrell Hanks because he's been getting the most raves, a few things from the coach, what they have to say. But that can go either way, guys, Trey Watson or Terrell Hanks. But I'm going to go with Terrell Hanks making the squad, man, and Trey Watson being on the practice squad. But we shall see. We shall see. But, hey, I think that Trey Watson and Terrell Hanks makes it if Kiko Alonso ends up getting cut. All right? Cornerbacks. Cornerback position. I have Xavier Howard, Eric Rowe, Cornell Armstrong, Chris Lemons, and Jamal Wiltz. Okay, those are the 5 that I have. Xavier Howard, Eric Rowe, Cornell Armstrong, Chris Lemons, and Jamal Wiltz. Those are my 5 cornerbacks that I selected. Now, moving along to safeties. I have, of course, I put Mika Fitzpatrick at the safety, even though he's the nickel. So Mika Fitzpatrick. I didn't put Mika at the cornerback because safeties go hand in hand with nickel technically. All right. Safeties, I have Mika Fitzpatrick, Rashad Jones, Bobby McCain, Walt Aikens, and Montre Hardage. I did have Montre Hardage making this roster, guys. Special teams, no-brainer. Jason Sanders, Matt Hart, and John Denny. There is your 53-man roster from TD Fans Talk. We are going to compare that to tomorrow to see what it ends up being. But it should be very, very, very interesting. But notably, some people who didn't make the cut, who are probably going to end up on the practice squad, I have players like Montre Hart. Wait, no. I already have him on the roster. I have Nick Needham making the practice squad. Who else? Either Terrell Hanks or Trey Washington, depending on how that works out with Kiko. Possibly Jake Ruddock, depending on if he's going to be the third guy. Miles Gaskins, depending on if he's going to be the guy. Also, Trenton Irwin. I have, who did I put down? I already said Trey Watson. Cornerback Jalen Davis, because it's a position of need. I also have Dwayne Hendricks, also a position that you always want to keep a little extra depth. And Aaron Monterio, which is a guard. I know I have more slots, but I didn't look into any more for practice squad. Those are the notables that I feel that definitely will make the practice squad. So we shall see. We shall see. All right. Denny needs cut too. Lord, Denny the long snapper, man. TD said nickel is pretty much a safety technically. That's how I listed, is what I'm saying. Okay. I could have put him with the linebackers. I could have put him with the safeties. I could have put him with the cornerbacks. It goes either way. To me, it does. All right. Different people see it differently. All right. I hope not, at least not for Clowney. Clowney on Miami would be hard. Shout out TD. What up, Idaho Fins. Oh, okay. I'm about the Idaho Fins. Idaho Fins. Shout out to you, man. Are the Dolphins going to trade Tunsil? If Clowney holds out, no. And it looks like he might be holding out, so that ship might be sailing as we speak. But we shall see. Time will tell. I always say that. Time will tell. Time will tell. But it is funny, though, to me, how the national media, I was sitting there listening to Colin Cowherd, right? And I'm like, man, this guy, man, he loved moving the goalposts. So he was one of the main ones on TV the whole time saying they're going to start Rosen. Of course, they're not going to start Fitz. They know who he is. And there's no way they'll start Fitz over Rosen. One of the same people saying all that crap for the longest. Now all of a sudden it gets thrown in his face. And today, I see what the Dolphins are doing. They have 3 great teams they're playing in the first 3 games with amazing pass rushes. They don't want to put Rosen out during that. They don't want to get him killed, which kind of speaks into what I've been saying, that, you know what I mean? Why are you bringing your car out of the garage? But look, whenever they start playing Washington and the coach without luck, that's when they'll put him in to give him an easy schedule to start. You got to notice these things. Get out of here, man. You're moving the goal line to try to be right. You're moving the goal line. It's that simple. Moving the goal line. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. Rosen is not the starter this year. End of discussion. But that's our 53-man roster. That's who I think we're going to be having announced tomorrow, but we shall see. Now, here's the crazy thing about the 53-man roster. Y'all have to understand. Some of those guys on the bubble that just makes the team, 3-4 days later, 2 days later, they're going to be demoted to the practice squad or cut anyway. Well, if they made the 53, why would that happen, TD? Because we're going to be looking through the league at untapped talent, and we're going to pick a few players up. And we're going to swap them out with certain players. Wow, they let go of that guard? That's crazy. We'll bring them in, and maybe even a day one or week 1 or week 2 starter for us. You'll be surprised. And we got to let somebody go on the roster. So all those guys on the bubble, it may not matter anyway, guys. It really may not matter anyway. All right? You're a trigger because you got Kevin Spacey as a child. Lord, y'all going back and forth talking that craziness, man. Y'all need to chill out. Y'all, Lord. But anyway, man, this TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. I just wanted to bring to y'all that quick 53-man roster prediction. And y'all give me y'all thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you check me out on Twitter at TD Fans Talk, Instagram, TD Fans Talk. If you're still playing fantasy football, if you're in the money league, make sure that you email me. We only have 5 spots available. So make sure you email me. I'm about to set up that league now and start sending out links. It's your boy TD from TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Peace. I'm out, man.